Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, I have my Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, and we're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with or past energies. We're going to look at current energies or what you may need to look at, and possible future energies. All right, what you may possibly be struggling with is we have hope, and that is number 17, which is the star. What you may need to look at, current energies, is number 9, solitude, and that is the hermit. Possible future energies, we have memories of love, which is the 6 of Cups. And then bottom of the deck, we have new beginnings, 0, which is the Fool. New beginnings. I feel a lot for Capricorn that Capricorn is going through some transitions, that Capricorn is going through changes. I feel that Capricorn still has their struggles, but I feel like Capricorn is fighting even harder now, and the messages are out there for new beginnings for Capricorn. Like I said before, I'm a Capricorn sun and I'm a Capricorn rising, and I've definitely gone through decades of my struggling and those challenges. And I feel that this is new beginnings for me, definitely within the last, I would say, 2 years, definitely the last year, that my perception has really changed. And I love it, and this is probably the best time in my life. And that's why I've wanted to focus even more on tarot, is because I want to get that message out there to give other people hope, even though for decades I had no hope. So struggling with that hope, so I definitely understand that. I get that with that star card, with that direction. What do I do? How do I, get myself back on track? I do feel that it has a lot to do with spending that time with yourself and learning about yourself, feeling those emotions, feeling those feelings, what truly makes you happy. What are those goals? What are those directions, that you want to do? What makes you happy? What makes you feel motivated? Where do you see yourself? What do you want for yourself to happen? And then it's taking those actions to make those things happen. And that sometimes we can think a lot about those things that we want and what we want to do, but it takes a lot of effort to actually take the actions to make it happen. We have 10 of Swords, so she's kind of by herself here. Again, having that solitude. She's kind of she has these swords in a circle that she's keeping others out. She's kind of keeping this family out here of the warthogs or whatever. Struggling with keeping others out, struggling with relationships, 2 of Cups, okay? Maybe having hope for a particular relationship, maybe struggling with having hope for a relationship, struggling with having hope for, finding that person. King of Cups. Struggling with letting things go, because to me, the King of Cups represents someone who lets things go, somebody who doesn't hold on to things, kind of like the waves or the water washes things away, and it's like, I'm not going to let those things affect me. And that's definitely something that I've had to work on in my journey, is because I would hold on to a lot of things. I would hold on to things that I didn't need to clog up my brain or my head with, and I would hold on to those things, and I would hold on to hurt, I would hold on to anger, frustration, and it wasn't affecting that other person, but it was affecting me. And then I had to realize, I'm only hurting myself by holding on to these things, by processing and thinking and spinning and analyzing a situation that has already happened and is already done, and that there's no going back to it, and trying to find answers to something that I may never find those answers, and I need to let it go, or holding on to those tidbits so that, hey, if that person ever hurts me, I've got this ammunition against them. And that doesn't do any good. That to let those things go brings that freedom of that. And sometimes, we do that, but we're really only hurting ourselves, and that's what we have to look at. We have the Four of Pentacles. Again, I feel like it has to do with that time to yourself, rearranging your thoughts, rearranging what's going on. Again, I feel like the Four of Pentacles is keeping to yourself, blocking that energy. But sometimes we need that solitude to really figure out our own thoughts. Sometimes that can be a scary thing. Sometimes that can be a really eye-opening thing. But I feel that it brings a lot of growth, personal growth. Sometimes we like to keep ourselves so busy because we don't want to think about things. We don't want to process things. We don't want to look at things. We don't want to deal with things. But sometimes we have to in order to learn and to grow. We have the World Tree, number 21, which is the World Tree. But this tree also represents the World card. But we have the 4 seasons here. We have winter, we have fall, we have summer, and we have spring. And then we have the snake, which represents that wisdom and learning and growing, right? That it takes time to work through these things. We have the 5 of Swords. I also feel like it's kind of if you need to work together with someone, or you need to let go of something, or you need to release something. Because he's offering up his wares, that he's worked on something and then he's putting those out there to see if this person is interested, and he's pointing to this sword. We have the 6 of Swords, which is moving to stability, right? Memories of love. Yeah, we don't want to forget how we got here. It's almost like thanking those people and those challenges, like thank you for those, not looking at it as those people who dumped us or let us go or who rejected us, but saying it, well, thank you for doing that, right? Thank you for doing that, because that's how I've got to where I am now, and I'm feeling stronger and I'm feeling better. It's all about perception and what is that grounding energy, that if there's something that's bothering you, how can you turn that around into something positive? We have the Green Man, which represents the Fool, new beginnings, and then the Page of Wands, which sometimes we have to set those boundaries, right? We have to set those boundaries. And he has that boundary with a donkey keeping him on the outside, but it's a new set of boundaries for you. It could be those boundaries within yourself where you say, I'm going to acknowledge it, but I'm not going to let it consume me. Bottom of the deck, harvest. That harvest of those new beginnings. Fruitful, right? All right, let's see. What cards do I want to use? I'm kind of thinking these, so you know what? Let's use these. I haven't used these. I like to change things up. Final message here. We have the World card again. We have the Prince of Cups. We have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. Emotional fulfillment, feeling good, feeling like you're on top of the world. Definitely a lot of emotions going on here. We have the Queen of Cups. Kind of being cold. I always see this Queen of Cups, she feels very cold. She feels very icy. We have dragonflies that are white, so they're icy and they're like frozen. But I feel like, are there people that you have to set those boundaries with, right? Are there people that, you have in your life, but you have to set those boundaries with them? We have 7 of Swords, sneaking away, deception. I just feel like there might be situations or people that you have to set boundaries with that maybe you didn't do before, that you kind of find out the truth of a situation, right? 10 of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. Oh, look at that. 2 10s in a row. That's beautiful energy coming in for you. It's almost like you struggle here, but then look what's right around the corner. The 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. We have the Hermit again. Did the Hermit come out before? No, maybe not. Maybe that was the last reading I did. And then we have, I love this card because I feel that it's very vivid. I love how the sun is coming up over the horizon. I love how vivid these colors are. She's holding the wheat above her head, which is that harvest and that fulfillment. She's holding her pentacle. I love the energy of that card because I feel like it's new beginnings. Like that's what that sun says to me, is new beginnings, new starts, new directions. And again, I feel like it goes with that, the Fool card, which is new beginnings, but I feel like you're kind of making those choices and those decisions that are best for you, for that fulfillment of that 10 of Pentacles and that 10 of Cups. Look at that, the Devil card, bottom of the deck, coming into your own power, coming into your own strength, but also being careful of that toxic energy, right? Not falling into old traps, not falling into old habits, not falling into situations that you feel that you're chained to or that you don't have that freedom from. Bringing back that hope. All right, let's grab a Whispers of Healing. Deception. 7 of Swords, deception. What is the truth within yourself, right? Sometimes we deceive ourselves and we're saying, no, I'm happy, I'm fine, life is great, life is good, I can deal with it. But really inside, that's not how we feel. Release. Definitely release. What do you have to release? What do you have to let go of? What are you holding on to? If you're not having hope, why are you not having hope? What do you have to release? What do you have to let go of? What do you have to look within to find that answer? Sometimes we have to ask ourselves those questions. It's almost like we have to be our own therapist, right? We have to say, okay, we almost like within ourselves, what questions would I ask myself? But I feel like in doing that, that's how we learn and that's how we grow. And I've definitely had to do that through my time, is ask myself those questions and then answer those truthfully. Which may sound a little crazy, but hey, I figure whatever way it works for you in order to have these new beginnings, to have the 10 of Pentacles, to have the 10 of Cups, to have this new beginnings, to feel like you're having, these fools, taking that leap of faith, to be in your own power. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.